Hi, I'm Mike Winkler, and I'm the Principal Managing Broker for Coldwell Banker Bain in Issaquah, Washington.
And I'm E.J. Bowles. I'm the Principal Managing Broker for Coldwell Banker Bain on Mercer Island, Washington.
EJ, in our last Realty Bros video blog post, we talked about financing. And normally we kind of have a segue from one subject to another that's kind of natural, but today it just isn't so. We're going to talk about for sale by owners.
Yeah, it's a completely different subject, isn't it? For sale by owners, or FSBOs as they are sometimes known in the vernacular, simply an unrepresented seller, not represented by a real estate broker, and also not listed in any of the multiple listing services that real estate brokers use to find homes for their buyer clients.
And for sale by owners typically become so because they believe that the process is easy. After all, homes get bought and sold every day.
Right.
And they believe that they're going to save money because they're not going to pay commissions. They generally find out that if they're going to end up selling their home, and particularly to a represented buyer, that they're going to have to pay the selling office commission, which is the buyer portion of that. But that said, they really do believe it's going to be easy and it's going to be cheap.
That's right, and let's talk about some of the things that they're foregoing or that they're giving up. And of course the first thing, as we mentioned, is the representation. When you're listed with a real estate broker, that broker knows the processes, the timelines, the laws, and how to get a deal put together. And the owner on their own doesn't really know any of those things. So it's a huge piece that they're really missing. And actually, when you mention a buyer that might be coming with their own agent, then that for sale by owner seller is, I'm going to say, at the mercy, for lack of a better phrase, of the buyer and their knowledgeable realtor who knows the processes and the forms inside and out. What's something else that a seller's giving up, Mike?
They're giving up exposure, and in a huge way. You know, if you think about it this way, when you list with the multiple listing service, you're automatically having your home exposed to more, in our area, more than 20,000 real estate licensees who generally have a buyer or two tucked away somewhere that's looking for a home. So that piece alone is enormous. But then when you list with the right companies, like a Coldwell Banker Bain, you're then immediately, through syndication, on the major websites across the country. And why is that important? Well, it's important because we know from research through the National Association of Realtors that 94% of buyers use the internet to begin their search for a home. And so exposure is invaluable for anybody that wants to sell their home.
And the fact that we're a cosmopolitan and an international area, we have buyers coming from all over the globe, so really the only way to get global exposure is to list with a realtor. One of the other things that's really been something I've focused on in my career when talking about for sale by owners is the whole safety factor.
Huge.
And when you think about it, that the for sale by owner, are they really vetting and qualifying people that come to see their home? Whereas when you're listed with a realtor, no one gets into a seller's home unless they've, in most cases, been pre-qualified financially, but also been talked about in terms of their motivation. So for the for sale by owner, letting people come in even after a brief phone conversation, you know, they could be risking their family's safety, and I really wonder if saving any amount of commission is worth that, and I think any thoughtful person would say that it really isn't.
Well, and let's get down to the dirty facts. The facts are that while it may seem simple and less expensive, the facts are that less than 13% of for sale by owners actually sell their home in that method. 87% of for sale by owners, EJ, go on to list with a real estate broker, and statistically they get a higher price that more than justifies any of the commissions that they were afraid to pay or didn't think they could pay. And so, you know, certainly if a for sale by, in fact, I'll tell you, if a person wants to sell their home for sale by owner, they should consult with a realtor, because our company will provide them how to sell their home by themselves, because we're not afraid of that process.
Exactly.
We understand it.
That's right. And so, and of course we're real estate guys, but the statistics are real, and most for sale by owners are simply not successful. So save yourself the heartache and speed up that process and call a realtor that's recommended to you by a family or friend and make it happen. I'm E.J. Bowles.
I'm Mike Winkler. Till next time.
Good.
I think we got it.
I do too.
I think we got it.